The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
Well, hello everybody out there in the internet land. We are live from the LjG show. I hate him, but I date him. And it's not I hate him, it's EM, right? Martini Milf, I hate him, EM. It's how we hate people. We say we hate our boyfriends, we hate our girlfriends, right? We can't stand them. We want to get a divorce. We fight. We go to our mom's house or whatever. I don't know. I've never been married. In a way, maybe I'm blessed because I just hear all kinds of crazy things. But today we are live. If you want to watch us right now, well, obviously they're watching. So I guess you're watching on either alltalkradio.net or IHateEmButIDateEm.com. I want to tell you something I forgot last week. If you think you can sit here, like me, and you think you can do a show, just write to alltalkradio@gmail.com, and you can do your own show, and you can say whatever the hell you want, okay? But today, we're going to be a little bit nice today because we have a teacher here. We want to continue our topic from last week, and Martini Milf and I were discussing, it was the age of contention, what is it? The age of consension to discontention, okay? So are you here, Martini Milf from the East Coast?
I am here.
Oh, I didn't know. So we are here. Turn the volume down right here. How about if I
You
sit
got
back?
the volume on that playing on your
I'm so
phone.
sorry. Oh,
I'm hearing her
silly
doubled
me.
over.
You know what? I'm new at this thing, okay?
Just because she's got double D's doesn't mean she has to come in double sound.
Double D's is loud. Bam. Okay. So, you know, and George says, you're wearing a bra today. Okay, so you know what? I'm wearing a bra because I want to be respectful to the teacher, okay? Hot for teacher. So what we'd like to do is continue a little bit of last week. Last week we had on Miss Las Vegas, who was crowned Miss Nevada. Woo! And we love her. And we had on her boyfriend, who was the grand champion from Fear Factor. He was incredible. He is now doing an F45 workout program, thingy-majiggy, and I will keep you updated because we are going to chat this weekend about it, and I adore him. I just have some announcements, girls, okay? This, until the end of June, I have a business called Jadikins. It's a baby and puppy couture, handmade, highest quality stuff. It's amazing. Swaddle blankets, by the way. Kai, I found a seamstress, so I'm having stretchy swaddle blankets made again to go with the tiny tucker. They're for babies and puppies and kitties. You could swaddle the baby, put the tiny tucker over it, carry the puppy. Awesome. 50% off. I never have done this, and I probably never will again because we're celebrating 9 years. I'll think of something next year, but I don't know. I've never done this. 50% off right now on tinytucker.com or jadikins.com. JADE-A-KINS. Okay? What else? The code, by the way, if you watch the show and you want to buy something for somebody's shower or a puppy, is June 15, as in 2015, June 15. Okay. Heather Jane Wyatt, hired shoot for you. She is amazing. She was on here a couple weeks ago. What was that, show 39? She is, she's awesome because she got me on the cover of Rock This magazine. But we're not here to talk about me, but I just want to give her a shout out because she's an amazing woman. And she is doing an event, covering an event tomorrow. It is at 9 p.m. At the Hard Rock Cafe, which is 25th of April. Brett Muscat, it's his birthday, and I would like to go. I mean, you should come.
Okay.
Would it be fun? She's like, okay, I'll go. I'll go. I wish Kylie could. Okay, so that's it for the announcement, and let's get started today. So last week we were talking about the age of discontention. What would you like to say about that, Martini Milf? And please join in, okay, before we get to you.
I would love to join in.
Not you. I was talking about our host. You're already in. I mean, our guest.
I thought we were talking about George.
Yeah. Please join in. Yes, exactly. We want to hear more from you today, George. We want to
Everybody
hear more
join
from you.
in.
Yes.
Well, yeah. We had great guests last week, and we did have a great show. But we got to the point of where, we found what was acceptable legally by the laws and the strange laws about, consension. But then now we get to discontent. Consent is one thing, discontent is another.
Can you tell her? Okay. Mr. George wants me to tell you something. We can hear you. Can you turn down your speaker on the what? iPad?
I guess
phone?
it would be the phone on your.
Yes, that's
Sorry, folks.
Yeah.
You know what? We're new at this. We are called the talent, and we don't know what the hell we're doing. That's why we have George here, the technical guy. Okay, so thank you for that. But go ahead, Martini Milf.
Well, discontent. Let's discuss it. Stages of marriage. I think stages of any relationship definitely go through this. And I would like to inform you, would you like to hear about the 7 stages of marriage?
Well, this is good because today's guest is divorced.
Yes.
A mother of 3, and she can probably definitely. I have never been married, so I would actually like you to talk to her about this, and I'll just kind of, listen in and try to learn.
Okay.
Well, it's everybody. Oh, sorry. You know how we have the waiver in the beginning of the show about being 18? I have to waiver my puppies because I let the dogs out. I think Jim's home. So please bear with us.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
I can do.
We're just going to, hold on, just take a break a second. Let's get her in and until the doggies settle down, okay? Just for the viewers, okay? Until they settle down. Just so that it's not so what do you call it? Whenever you're ready, give me a thumbs up.
I think they're quiet now.
Oh, they're good? Okay, go for it.
Well, it's Daddy. Okay, don't worry. He's taking them out and it'll all be good.
Okay.
Okay, so the first stage of marriage, of course, is passion. Okay, or a relationship. When you first get into it, my gosh, the sex is great. You're so into this person. It's the honeymoon stage. The euphoria. Your brain is transmitting all those serotonin, and you're just so happy and madly in love because the passion is there. It's real. And they say this only usually lasts in marriages about 2 years.
Now, who says that? Who's they say? Whenever I hear anything like that, I want to know who says this, right? Who?
Reader's Digest.
She has the answer. I love it.
Reader's Digest.
I love Reader's Digest. I love how you do your homework. Wait, 2 years? Because in a relationship?
Yeah, the first 2 years of the initial relationship and, of course, a marriage is the passion. You're having great sex. Everything's wonderful. Life is grand. Right. You're into that certain point where this is why you do commit and why you do end up getting married or whatever.
Because it's so great. Wait, can I just say something? This is very strange to me. I've had relationships that I've had. This is just me. I'm not trying to brag or anything. I've never really had bad sex. I've had relationships for 7 years and the sex was still good. So you're saying the marriage is usually good for 2 years, or the sex is usually, or what? Because I know sex is the meter of the relationship.
It's not so much that it's the passion. And it can go on for longer. Everybody's different. This is just a generalization.
Okay.
It's the honeymoon stage.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let's let our guest have something to say.
I have a question for you.
For you. I love her.
You say 2 years, and okay, the statistics that you have is interesting, but I mean, 2 years seems to me a little kind of short.
What was your experience?
My experience was a little different, but that's because I got married really young, and I mean, I didn't have children until later. So, I mean, for me, it was like way more than 2 years.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they said 2 years.
Me too.
I would say more like, well, I think with anything, any of these, what is it called, studies or surveys, it depends on the person with anything.
Exactly.
For me, I would hope to have a really exciting marriage for at least 10 years.
And yet I had a girlfriend.
And then get divorced.
And yet
And
I
find
had a
someone else.
girlfriend that the first, she got married. And actually, when they came back from the honeymoon, she said, there's no way I'm going to continue my life with this person.
Wow.
And within the first year, it was done. It was just
And
over.
she already knew after the honeymoon?
She knew after the honeymoon.
So much for that honeymoon phase, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's like the make it or break it stage.
Yeah.
I lasted a lot longer. We had really, really great sex.
Yes.
And great passion.
I know, because I'm friends with her for a long time.
7, 8 years into the relationship.
7, 8
definitely.
years? Okay. 7, 8 years?
So stage number 2 is realization. And that's when, again, the honeymoon ends. And you start realizing things about this person, perhaps if you didn't live with them, like, hey, guess what? He leaves the toilet seat up when he pees. Or
just kidding.
He snores. Or he farts a lot in the morning.
That's George.
Then you're in that stage where, okay, you're getting to see people's flaws, men and women, and you're realizing, okay, here I am, I'm in this relationship, but this person, before, I'm sure Jim used to think my ass smelled like French vanilla ice cream.
He did. He told me.
And then
My ass.
realizes,
Wait, he still thinks that. But what's the problem? I mean, you guys are in separate
Hey, guess
bedrooms,
what?
for God's sake. They're in separate bedrooms. It's crazy.
yeah, this goddess shits too. We all shit, we all have problems, we both,
me.
we fart, okay? And
Speak for
then-
yourself.
Stage 3 is rebellion, and this is when all of a sudden you start realizing people, they start missing their lives, meaning, like, I guess guys hanging out with their friends, they feel like they can't hang out with their friends so much. The girls can't do girls' nights, which again is something controllable. You can always say, hey, go out with your friends, hey, go do happy hour, but it's what it's saying. And you're putting your career in, you're pushing. What do you say about that?
Okay, well, I agree with you even in a relationship, because like I said, I've never been married, but I want to hear from our guests if this was, because this is interesting. I do, it depends on the guy that I'm dating, but when I'm dating a guy that is a little bit more controlling, or I have to feel stagnant, then I want him more, like, I mean, I want him less, I want to go out more. But if I have a guy that I'm really into and he's like, oh, go do what you want, then I'm like, wait. So I'm one of those, like, you have to play psychological games with my head. You have to pretend you really, really want me so much so that I can go, okay, I'm going to go out. Unless you really want me there, then you have to pretend you never,
Well, I think that's more in the beginning, kind of.
Yeah.
Still, yes.
It's sort of in the beginning, I would say, because, I'm going to go out with my friends. How's he going to react to it? And, is he going to say, no, I'd like you to stay here? Because that's what kind of, do we want to hear that?
That would drive me nuts.
I mean,
if I wanted to go somewhere,
Yeah, but think about it maybe from, like, a little bit of a psychology kind of a view.
Which let me just say, she has a background. Tell everybody your background, your degree of education.
Okay, so, my undergrad is in accounting. I did accounting for almost 20 years. And then
Then she's like, fuck this. Excuse my French, but really?
Yeah,
that sounds boring.
But it wasn't. But you know what? It wasn't. It
Go,
wasn't.
go, girl.
But wait a minute. I'm gonna spice it up for you a little bit because
good. Spice it up.
As boring as it sounds, it wasn't so boring because I actually did it for almost 20 years in my own businesses. So, I was 21. I bought my first business.
What was your first business?
I had a gas station.
That's adorable. You're so at 21.
At 21.
Isn't that cute? Were you pumping gas or just organizing
No,
them?
well, I was doing all of it. I
You're
was
so-
actually
really?
pumping gas because our gas station for several years did not have the canopy.
Okay.
So we had to do full serve.
Right.
So yeah, I had to be out there pumping gas and
Wow. I bet you were so cute at 21.
sexual.
at 21.
What's that? It's sexual?
I'm finding sex.
It is sexual.
Full service.
Sorry, but it's like, and plus,
Yeah.
look, pumping gas. Plus,
I'm pumping gas now at
martini
my
milk. This is how you pump the gas. You take the thing out of the hole, and then you
Yeah.
put it in the. You're
The
right. It's,
nozzle in.
yes, you're a dirty girl. No, she's right. Even like at the gym, everything's very sexual. We could talk about that again another time. Maybe when we have Mark Hewlett on with the Z45, because that's very sexual. Working out, you see the machine. But it must be very horny. You see the machine go into the pole go into the weight, and it goes in, and then every time you lift your legs, the pole goes. Oh, sorry. All right. Anyway, sorry.
I was just trying to imagine it without sex involved.
That's exactly right. Well, let me ask, can we just ask our guest, because what you're saying is interesting, but I want to know, was this your experience? Because you were married for how many years?
I was married for over 20 years.
Kill me. Oh.
For 20 years.
I just want to know, when did it die for you? Because obviously you're divorced, so the viewers know you have 3 kids. She's juggling her career at a prestigious private school. I know the school. It's an amazing school. So it's an honor to have you on.
Thank you.
Because you're extremely educated, and I love that you help children.
Yes.
I'm an advocate for children.
Yes.
We're going to get a call later that's going to be on a different subject, but it's about children. An advocate for children, non-bullying. Okay, non-domestic violence, and don't hurt animals, because I will go fucking nuts on you. Anyway, excuse my French. When did it die for you? When did you feel?
When did it die?
When was your discontention? Right, Guy?
You know, it actually died for me. I would say probably in the mid of my marriage.
And so you put up with 10 more years of
and
being
I
what?
Actually put a little more than 10 years.
Complacent? You were complacent?
Yeah, you know, because marriage is, at least to me, marriage is sacred. Marriage is, when you take that step, it is a big step.
Yeah.
And when you stand there and take those vows, it's got to mean something. It's just
I would
not
hope so.
something you sign and it's just a document. So,
I would hope so, yeah.
You know, it's a marriage, it's a bond, there are children involved. And, you know, I said, okay, I'm going to do whatever I can and give it all I have. And when
from the beginning? Or
not from the beginning.
When you were
the beginning was fine, and we had the business.
It was
we
fine?
Bought the it was fine.
Fine?
That's all I can say. It was
See,
fine.
this is to me.
It wasn't wow.
Okay, and you know what? A lot of times, a lot of times when it is wow, the higher it climbs. You know who said this was Leslie, my adopted mom. The faster it climbs, the faster it falls.
Exactly.
Which is true. She had a lot of good insight in some things, and that is true. So you didn't have the wow, because I feel like for me, I better trust you. That's why I've been engaged like 4 or 5. I was like 16 and a half, and I was engaged many times, because I never felt 100% either the trust issue, aside from Nick, the trust issue was not there 100%. And I can't marry you. So I have to have that euphoric, like, I love you, I'm in love, and I want to spend the rest of, you have to know. And you watch those, what is it called? Those shows, the comedy, whatever, the spoof type things, Candid Camera. And you see all these men at the altar, like, fainting. Like, it's like, you know how many people I've talked to about that they were at the altar and knew that they shouldn't get married, but they still did it? I wouldn't be able to do that. I would be like, I'm sorry. I would feel awful. I would turn around and say, I'm so sorry, but I can't do this.
Right, but I think in my situation, I was young. And
how old were you?
19.
Okay.
So you
How old?
19.
Me too. Number one.
Yeah, but I think
number one, I should
number
say.
one. Number one.
Husband number one.
Okay. I was 19, and I think it's just, you know, in my situation, I didn't know. I thought I knew, you know, and today when I look back at it, it's, wow, you know, wow, I know.
But you stuck it out a lot.
But I stuck it out
20
because
years, you said?
22 years.
22 years. That's, I commend you for that.
Well, can I touch on that, please?
Yes, please do.
Can I touch on that, please?
Yes, please do.
That's exactly what stage 4 was. It's cooperation. It's like a business agreement. They say that usually comes 10 to 20 years into the marriage. You have the children. You feel the commitment. Like you said, you don't take your vows lightly. You're here. You're not happy, but you're trying to, like a business agreement, make it work, do like the best you can for you and your spouse and the children. I'm assuming you had children by this point?
Oh, yeah, I had all my girls already.
Exactly. So that's stage 4.
Oh, what's stage 4?
That's stage 4, exactly what you were talking about. But stage 5 now is the reunion. and that's called the appreciation of each other again. And usually, but then the ambers of love, meaning the sex,
Ambers of love.
they need to be stoking, but they're usually not. This is when, the get up and go gets up and leaves.
She does her homework. You're the best co-host anyone could ever. You should be the host today because I'm actually going to allow you to host the show today. I want you to.
Thank you.
Go for it. I'm the co-host today.
I know.
Not allow
and
you,
we'll
but
go,
I want
we'll
you
go
to.
off the subject, but we will go on the subject as to, of course, this is the big sex. When usually one partner wants it and one partner doesn't. And you are definitely, you're in your business agreement. You want to do what you want to do for the kids.
Yeah.
But the sex now, women are tired, have a headache. Men are tired, have a headache. And this is where a lot of marriages flop.
Okay.
So let's discuss sex and marriage at this point. Can I ask you, were you having great sex with your husband at this point?
Can I ask? I was just asking her, Martini Milf, when you were reading, I was like, was that you? Was that you? Like, I want to know in your relationship. I want to know the same thing you, inquiring minds want to know. Martini Milf and LjG Low, we want to know, was it you that lost the sexual interest, or was it him, or both, or what? Now, be honest.
Wow, you are really going.
We have to. We want these viewers to go, oh, this is interesting.
Well, I'm going to go
Beautiful
back.
teacher.
If you want to take the fifth, I understand.
No, I don't. No, I don't understand. Go for it.
I'm going to go back to my answer and say it was fine.
Let me retract that statement. Oh, sorry. Oh my
Wait,
God.
you're going back to your hamster?
What was that? I didn't even touch anything. Your hamster? No, her answer.
I'm
Her
going back
answer.
to my answer where
She's
I'm
not.
going to
She's
tell
not.
you
What's his name? What's
where,
his name?
where
George?
things were fine.
All right, let's hear some.
He's divorced.
All right, listen. I want to get onto something. You know what? Exactly. I want to get onto something. The reason why we have this guest today, so we heard about the discontention, okay, and we there is a lot more we can discuss. Oh Jesus, my phone is going nuts, and I'm not even touching anything. But you know what? She told me, Vered told me, she's had 35. Was it 35 exactly? Marriage proposals on the internet, on the dating site. And first of all, my first thing I want to ask you, because of course I can't find my notes, okay? Because I have 3 books of notes. I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite dating site? Because I know what mine is, but I want to hear yours.
My favorite?
Favorite meaning quality of men, and you don't look at the women, obviously. Well, I don't know. Maybe you do. No.
I'm not.
What's your favorite site? There's plenty of fish. There's eHarmony. There's George. What is it? What's your price? What's the one that you're
sugar? What's your price?
Meet Me. There's a bunch of different ones out there.
Oh, I didn't know Meet
Tinder.
Arrangement.
Tinder.
Yeah.
Meet Me. I heard of Tinder. Not. And what's the other one? Oh, Sugar Daddy. She says Sugar Daddy.
Of course, Sugar Daddy.
That's my favorite. No, my favorite would be, and I'm not on it, but it would be eHarmony, because I know a lot of people who have met on that for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I went on Plenty of Fish, for 2 weeks. My girlfriend put me on it. I didn't even know what it was. She goes, "Oh, you should do this."
Did you run away?
I didn't go anywhere.
I'm saying, did you run away
Yeah.
after 2 weeks?
Let me tell you,
Lauren.
you said you went on there, and she's got the marriage proposals, 35, and all they want to do is fuck me. Like, that's all I'm in town for a short, maybe because I live in Vegas, but I'm like by the mountains, okay? And this is me on my show. When I'm home, I'm in sweatpants and t-shirts, honey, and I have a daughter. But it's like, all they want to do is fuck me, but they want to marry you. What do you have that I don't have that they want to marry you? The degree? Is it the degree? You've got the brains and the looks, and right? You got it.
I don't know. Does it go back to my master's degree in psychology?
Maybe. Do you have that on your profile?
I do. I have.
Maybe
yes.
you should take it off, because they're probably like intimidated. You're not getting maybe the because she's telling me that they immediately ask her to marry her, which is weird because it's
green
not
cards?
what green
Do they
cards.
Green cards?
That's good.
I thought of that. I did. I didn't want to say that to you because it sounds insulting, but that's what I was
That's a
thinking.
great idea for all the women out there that can't get laid. Green cards.
Can't get laid, exactly.
Yeah,
Green
this
cards.
is the way it goes on these. You know,
Really?
it's crazy.
think?
Well, speaking
Well,
of
why
that,
would
if
they-
you don't mind, I'm going to interject because
Go
I
for
have
it.
not
You're
spoken
the host
about
today.
Mary.
Oh, what about
And
Barry?
we've had crazy weather here.
Barry
So
is her.
Mind if I interject about Barry?
Yeah, can you explain to Vered and the audience, if they haven't seen the other shows, Barry is what? She's a customer at the Jewish deli in New York?
No, I'm a customer of her
Oh,
deli.
it's
in
her
New
deli?
Jersey.
Okay.
Close.
Okay, close,
Close.
okay.
This is why you don't get marriage proposals.
Exactly.
Okay?
That and I
You
can't
don't even
cook.
remember half the things I tell you.
No, that's true. And I can't cook. Remember one day I asked Kylie, like, what do I need to do? Like, because she gets all the marriage proposals, right? I just
Okay.
get the ones that want to fuck me. That's all I get. They just want to fuck me. That's it. Okay. And young, a lot younger than me. And that's fine if that's all I wanted, but that's not, that's not what I'm about. Okay. But she said to me, she goes, well, you don't cook. And I was like, really? Like, I cook, but not really. Like, I don't love it. But I didn't know you have to cook.
Okay, but I cook, but it doesn't say that on my
you
profile.
You cook great, by the
Yeah,
way.
it helps.
And you do too, Bags. I know it helps. Yeah.
Before I know I'm going
cook in
off
bed.
course before Barry, but
kidding, that's
do
what I
you
wanted
want
to
to tell the funny story about when I came to visit you and I brought you the Jersey flu?
Oh, that was real funny.
No, and
Excuse
I
me.
went out on your date?
Oh, yes. Oh,
This
okay.
is great.
Okay, I had just gotten onto this site. It was, should I tell the site? It was like a week.
I don't know. Ask George what's
No, I'm not
liable.
going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I was on, ask George what?
We can say this if it's
No,
liable.
no, we
or not.
can say it. I don't think I'm going to say it though. All right. I was on, although I'm asking you to say it. I was on this site. I was checking it out. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to say it. Fuck it. It was sugardaddy.com. I heard about it and I thought, but a lot of them want to marry you. They do. They want relationships, but they want someone that likes a lot of money and class and this and that. So I thought, let me try this, right? So I had a great guy. What was he though? I forgot. But she dated him because she brought me the flu.
No,
From
I
New
didn't
Jersey
date
to
him.
Las Vegas. I was so sick. I couldn't even lift my head. So she went out with him.
So here's the irony. She goes on this site and she had a date planned for this particular evening at Ventnor Grill, which we keep giving. I think Ventnor Grill needs to start sponsoring your show because we've been giving them a lot of shout
Who?
outs.
Sugar Daddy?
No,
the
Ventnor Grill.
Vintner Grill? Oh yeah, Vintner Grill and
So
sugardaddy.com.
I
Call
get
us.
this flu. I managed to shake it. I knew I was getting sick on the plane. I took emergency. Hello, that's another great shout out. I got rid of this flu in 3 days.
And I was
fine.
sick for like a
She
month.
was bedridden like the
Yeah.
entire.
The
I
whole
was there for 2 weeks.
7
vacation.
days. You weren't there for 2 weeks, were you?
Yes.
Oh, I was so sick I couldn't get up. And she's like, oh, I'll go on the date. And I'm like, well,
That's
can
what
you
I
watch
said.
my daughter? She's like, oh, I'm going to go out on the date and go eat. I'm like, oh.
But I gotta tell you, I mean, okay, all these sites. I mean, this is how it's happening today.
Yeah.
I mean, people are meeting people this way a lot. I mean, it's just happening a lot faster than it is the old-fashioned where you meet someone through someone. I mean, I had a relationship a while back that I was introduced by we were introduced by mutual friends, and obviously it didn't last. And I just said I don't want to do this anymore like this because I mean, in my situation, our friends are fine, but what happens if the friends are not? And then so I'm gonna lose friends. I don't want to meet
But you won't
someone
lose
through
friends,
some-
no? I mean, she's hooked me up with some guys. They were nothing special, but she hooks me up with her leftovers. Right?
I know, but when it gets a little closer and it's in your community and it's with your friends and it gets a little, and then it just doesn't, it just dies out, then you kind of have that bad feeling, And
I feel like that when you date a guy friend, like there's a lot of guy friends that I have that I adore, and I won't date them for that reason because I don't want to, and I like their friendship so much that I don't want to lose.
I agree
their
with you on
friendship.
that.
Yeah.
You don't take your friends to that level.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you never told me what your favorite site is.
I don't have one. I mean, I think the ones that you actually pay for maybe are probably like a notch higher.
Well, of course they are, because guess what? If you're a cheap son of a bitch and you're going on a fucking... That's why I don't get into that Plenty of Fish shit. If you're going to write and you're not even paying to be... Like, it's just... It's
No,
all
but-
BS.
but-
I used to work at a dating service, okay?
Okay.
Two adorable guys that I know that are both 25 years old, just adorable guys. One blonde hair, blue eyed. You love him, Lauren.
He's 25.
The other one is just
He's old enough to be my son.
Smart English, African American. He's English. He's black. He's great. And they told me they're both on Plenty of Fish. And I'm like, why do young guys?
Because you can get laid without
Any
paying.
girl
Yeah,
would
but you
want-
can't really knock the. You know,
It's a hookup site.
it is, and
Yeah.
it depends
Yeah, it's
how
a
you
hookup.
take it. It depends how, because look, I mean, there are good people out there, and they are trying to meet someone, and you can't knock those sites completely,
Right.
Because the technology today is just number one for everything, just about. So you can't knock it. There are good people. It's just a lot of screening, a lot of patience, and just knowing to do the block.
Block. Wait, what was the one? Wait, we talked about this the other night. Actually, there were many. Okay, they would show her a photo, or they would see her photo,
Yes.
and they'd say hi, and then, do you want to marry me? Is that how it went?
Some of them, do you want to marry me? Oh,
And she would go block.
those are block.
Because I asked to see her. Do you have any on your thing? The one that looked like Borat?
Well,
Do you have him on your phone?
No, do I have him? I don't know. But
Green card.
No, but they, the picture is, there's a picture there that's just not even, it doesn't even make any sense. And it's like, okay, so you send a comment, you want to marry me, but first of all, you've never met me.
Yeah, what's that about? You know what? I think it's like,
It might just be being funny. Hello, I love you.
no,
You know.
no. Hello,
I don't know.
Listen, I'm gonna read you guys. I'm gonna find it right now. I was at my house yesterday, okay, and I was showing my friends this guy, and I said, look at this guy, and it wasn't in a good way, okay. He and I told him I was gonna talk about him. Alpesh was his name. Wait, here it is. His name is Alpesh. I told him. I said, I'm gonna read this.
Oh my
Okay.
God, I know him. Where's he from?
I hope you don't know him.
Where's he from?
This is the photo he puts up, first of all.
I can't see it.
That's what you gotta do.
Wow.
Got to get those viewers checking out the show. This gorgeous model. Oh, her? Okay, how do I do this, George? This way? Oh, this way, duh. Okay. This is, you know this guy? Because this is not the guy. This is a model. No. Okay, so first of all, when you're going to do an online dating, make sure that you have your photo, your actual photo,
Yes.
current, and don't use a model. Okay, so check this guy out. I'm going to show you, okay? So he's really, really good looking, but honestly, I kind of steered away because that was so good looking. I was like, I don't know this guy, and he writes me, hi. Okay, his first line, I'm going to read it to you. I love your martini glass, by the way. It says, hi,
Thank
sexy.
You bought it for me.
Right? Okay, so he wrote, hi, sexy. So I responded like a few days later. I wrote, hello, I hate him, but I date him.com. Love LJG. With the heart, LJG. What is this? My website. Where do you live? I said, where do you live? What do you do? Are you a publisher? Are you new to Facebook? I'm Lauren Jennifer Gates. Nice to meet you. He wrote, same here. And I wrote nothing because I'm like, hi, beautiful. Question mark. I wrote, what? He wrote question mark, so I wrote question mark. I'm like, what the fuck kind of fucking conversation is this? Excuse me, Vered, but what the fuck? This is when I get mad. How are you, beautiful girl? I wrote, good, how are you? He wrote, I am also good, with a smiley. So I was like, then he writes, what are you doing? I wrote, working. So at this point, I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, make some fucking,
Masturbating?
yeah, exactly. Make some conversation. If you're really serious, first of all, women out there, if a guy like this puts up a picture like that and writes some stupid shit like this, you know it's not real, okay? No. And even if it is real, like the girls at my house were going nuts. Oh my God, he's gorgeous. I'm like, first of all, it's probably not even him.
Right.
And second of all, I don't care if he's this cute. He's stupid, okay? He has no fucking conversation skills. What kind of job are you doing? So I was like, hi, sexy. Then he writes this stupid, I'm going to be honest, I'm sorry. Somebody I love dearly does these little picture things on, I fucking hate them. Don't send, like, if you're a grown man, don't send me these little stupid hearts and shit. Okay,
Well,
hello,
what?
Angel. So I wrote, what do you do? Publisher, new to Facebook? I copied the same thing, copy and paste. What are you doing? I wrote working. I said, I'm trying to ask you what you're doing, but you're not answering my questions. And do you know, how did you find me? I'm just curious. He wrote, I'm a model. Right now, nothing. I find you on Facebook. What type of job you do? This is all in one thing. I am
I
interested
find
in
you on Facebook. What is
Yeah.
he, Native American?
Right.
No, that's a hooker bot.
How?
a hooker.
They're called
My
hooker
people
bots.
say,
Hooker
"Yo,
bots?
We come in peace.
Yeah.
Educate us.
A hooker bot is someone actually from another country, and they actually get in, they get your Facebook, and when they get your Facebook, they try to friend you. When they try to friend you, they start telling you all this stuff. They usually use models of pictures or of models and everything else. If you go
been
look at
had.
his profile picture, and I bet you
did.
there's not much on there besides a couple different pictures of him and a
Yes.
birth date.
Yes, as a matter of
That
fact,
is a
that's
hooker bot.
that's the other reason I knew it wasn't real. I'm going to show it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show it to you in a minute. He wrote, "If you're interested doing modeling, send me your sexy pictures." I wrote, "Ha ha ha ha." I said, "This is what I do. I hate them, but I date them.com, and I get paid to model. By the way, good try on getting me to send you sexy pictures. LOL." Okay, so he wrote, "Send me a Facebook NA." He wrote, "This site not allow me." So I knew he can't even speak English. Okay. Oh shit.
Not allow
Of course, someone's calling. Shoot. Oh darn it. Okay. Then he writes. So I wrote, "Sorry, I got to get back to work," because I was like, "What the fuck? I got to go." And he writes, "Thank you, love you, bye, hi, sexy."
They do it again. Actually, sometimes it's actually a computer too. The computer will kick it in, and as you start to talk to them, they realize whether you're a real person or not. Then it
gonna
switches
block
over
him.
to a yeah.
You know why?
Advice
I
to
did
anybody
this?
out
I
there?
know a lot
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah, George.
Advice to
George,
anybody out there,
Are you
do
doing
not.
the hooker?
Well,
Whatever?
that's me and
Have
my
you been
friends.
doing
But
it?
other than that, yeah,
I think it's you.
it's me and my other friends. That picture right there was enhanced like 80 times over.
80
Yeah,
times.
it's George. He was just screwing with you, Lauren.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Trying to get some naked pictures.
Wait. He writes, "I'm in." I said. Oh, he writes, okay, so then now my girlfriends are all involved, and they're like, oh, he's so cute. I'm like, it's not him. I was like, hello? Okay, so then he writes, I write, "Listen, I got to go." I said, "By the way, I just want you to know I'm going to mention you by name on my internet show that's on YouTube forever and what you asked me." So he goes, "No." And I wrote, "Yes." And he wrote, "Please give me your picture. I like you most. What you said, I love you." I wrote, "I love you too." He writes, "Will you marry me? Please."
See, there's your marriage
No,
proposal.
no. And I wrote, I said, "Listen, send me a picture of the ring. It better be 5 carats." And he wrote, "I am Indian." And I said, "Okay, ooh la la." So watch this. So I didn't see this picture, but there's this picture.
Well, he said
which-
his Indian. Was he going to give you, instead of carrots, corn?
Oh my God! Wow.
So here's the picture, and I
No,
don't want to
it's
show his.
seconds
But
currants,
watch what
yellow
I got.
currant. It smells
Watch
like
what I
dirt and
got.
feet.
Right now, watch what I got next. I'm gonna. Sorry, Martimo, if I can't show you. But oh shoot, I'm sorry, Melanie, if you're watching. That's what I got next. Is that fucking
You
disgusting?
got a penis picture?
Yes, and it's a gross penis. If you're gonna send
Yeah,
me a
that's
penis
not
picture,
even,
I hate penis pictures. Hate them. But if you're gonna send me one, it better be a nice, sleek, white penis, not a gross.
Sleek?
Not sleek.
What is it, streamlined?
George, you know what I mean. Okay, hold on a second, okay? We got Melanie. Hello, Melanie.
Remember,
How
your speaker's
are
at the
you?
bottom of that, so you want to lift it up higher. There you go.
I'm good. I want to say hi. This is, okay, I was in a foster home. I was June Fienga, and this is my foster brother's wife.
Oh wow.
And I've never talked to her on the phone. So hello, and she wants to.
Never.
Never. How are you?
I am doing great. I taught first grade today, and I'm a little tired, but I'm good.
Okay, can you quickly tell us? We're about to end the show. You sent me a video, and you sent me a video, and it was. I didn't even watch it because I watched a video about. We're gonna have you back on again. This is going so fast. I watched a video about a woman who was stepping on a child, and I was like, ah! I was infuriated, and I couldn't. I watched it, and it's still in my mind, and I've seen a couple of, like, I don't know why people send me them, but if I can be a voice on this show for an advocate for bullying or an advocate for animal abuse or child abuse, please go ahead and let me do it. Because if this is my calling, go for it. I couldn't even watch the video. So what do you want to
I
say?
can't watch those kind of
No.
videos.
And the thing is,
That's why I
but
sent
we,
it to you, because I know you have a following, and somebody out there knows who this woman is.
okay.
Honestly, I didn't watch the whole thing. I was repulsed by watching it because I really just couldn't fathom that she kept hitting this child. When all she wanted this child to do was be quiet, she bashed this kid with a phone. She hit him in the head. All I'm thinking of is
Okay.
shaking
Find
the
out
baby.
who it is, and I will I will talk about it.
Who she is.
I'll tell you what.
You know, somebody should do that to her.
Okay, well, guess what?
Her baby looks like it's about 18 months old. It's
I'll kill her.
defenseless. No one is helping it. It is just, it's awful. It made me sick.
Okay, hold on, okay? Hold on. All right. Did we miss you, Martini MILF? I'm going to look for this video.
No. Listen, I just wanted to tell you, this is you calling. Do you
Yeah,
have
so
a few
pick
minutes?
up.
I just want to finish what we started on the show. Would you like to finish the story about the date that we had?
About the guy?
Yeah, from the Ventnor Grill.
Oh, okay. What's the story? Go ahead, tell it.
Well, I would like to definitely,
Answer your phone.
yeah, no,
Answer your
that's right.
Skype.
Somebody's calling me.
That's
and it's
me.
you, so
It's me calling you so we could see you.
okay, don't worry about it. No, I'd just like to say that back to that it was very funny because you were so sick. And so you told this guy, oh, I'm going to send my friend in your place, which I'm married, which is fine. And he was expecting this little tiny brown-haired brunette, you know, and he gets this big buxom blonde walks in. He was a great guy. He was an awesome guy. And I just thought it was so funny because the guy had looked at Lauren and got the total opposite. And like I said, I thought that was pretty funny. You're looking for a certain type online, and then guess what?
Yes.
I filled in her place.
But I
He was such
did-
a nice guy. I told him I'm from New Jersey. I'm married. I've got kids, and he was such a good sport about it. I said, I'm
was.
sorry. I brought my friend this flu, and you never went out with him again, did you?
I did meet up with him. He was very classy and very nice.
I adored him immensely for you.
Yes, he
I
was
thought
very cute. But there was no chemistry for me. Like, for me, a guy could be really, really, really cute. And same, I don't even know if there was chemistry with him. I mean, he was very, very cordial to me. But if there's no chemistry, no matter how cute they are, hey, we got to wrap up the show.
Yeah.
We already have to
I
wrap
wanted
up.
to tell Barry's story. Do we have a minute for the
All right,
Barry
go ahead.
story?
Hurry up, okay? And let me just tell
Okay.
Melanie, I am going to touch more on this. I want to tell Melanie real quick, okay? Melanie, because we have 1 minute to the show, we have a guest today, so it's been a little busier. I will do this. I want you to talk to me this weekend, and I'll do this. I'll do a show on this next week. Next Friday, okay? If you want to stay on.
This is my personal number on your ID.
All right. You're awesome. Thank you. Okay. You bet. Let's talk this weekend. Thank you. All right, Kylie, what about Barry?
Okay, I didn't get to even finish my stages of the relationship. But
We only
Barry,
have
I ran into
a
her because I
45-minute
haven't seen her in a
show.
while.
All right, go
I
ahead.
told her about, our story, and she's so funny. This woman just kills me. So she was telling me, because we really didn't get into the lack of libido and sex life. We left at that stage in the marriage, but maybe we can continue it or not.
We can have a
But,
part 2, but go
yeah,
ahead.
she's telling part 3. Me and Maury had a great sex life, which she's so sweet. But she told me he actually died while having sex with him. If you can believe, poor Maury,
I've heard of this.
Barry's husband, died while they were having sex.
For real?
He had a heart attack during an orgasm.
Oh my God, I've heard
And
of
then
this.
she told me
George.
it's a little embarrassing because we were in the bathroom of my bubby's house while sitting Shiva.
Oh, she's Jewish here for
So basically, this woman and the whole but it gets worse.
All right, wrap it up, Bags, because we got
And
we're
he
done.
died with a bottle of Dracar Noir up his ass.
Oh my God. We love you, Martini MILF. See,
Listen.
that's what I like. Thank you so much. We have to go. I'm so sorry, but why don't you call me in a minute or two, because we got another show coming in. Thank you so much for joining us. We're
I
going
will
to have to
tell
have you
and
back.
We'll continue with her J date story because
Yes.
she also went on a dating site.
Okay, that sounds good. The J date. We need you back. Okay, we need you back because there just is not enough time. There's so.
Barry gives it all to me. She's hysterical.
What's that?
Barry tells me this stuff. She's hysterical.
I love Barry. Let's give a shout out to Barry. Here, Barry. Hi, Barry. Thank you so much for joining us on I Hate 'Em But I Date 'Em, the LJG show. I hate 'em but I date 'em.com. If you want to do your own show, alltalkradio@gmail.net. Thank you so much for joining us. We had such a good time. This is show what, George? 42? 2 with Vered. Thank you so much. I won't give your last name because we don't want guys trying. And we want the right guy to marry you. If you want to marry her, just write me at IHateHim@gmail.com and I'll screen you. Okay? No penis pictures. If you're even thinking about sending a penis picture, don't write us. Thank you very much. We'll see you next Friday at 3:05 PST, 6:05 EST. Thank you so much. Signing out.
Bye.
Before you find the one who has your love.